Hey guys, welcome back to another WIP Wednesday. Today I am starting a new WIP. I'm kind of in a weird coloring slump. Not really sure how to explain it other than coloring slump. So yeah, I've been working on the June Buddy Color page from Luna that is hosted by Shannon Chopin-Hayes. And that one has a ton of leaves. So technically that's my WIP right now, but I only give it like an hour a day and then I have to take a break. It's pretty daunting. So I decided, over the weekend I've been doing a lot of portraits and I think I'm just like on a portrait kick. I don't know. I'm having trouble starting all of my other pages. But don't worry, I'll eventually power through. But this was one of the ones from July, or June, skipping ahead there. So you might recognize it more from this here. I showed the sepia one. So I have my hair series, and one of the requests was brown hair with Procolours. So as you can see, I have already swatched out some brown. Ignore that, that's just me testing every brown pencil and seeing what worked. But yeah, so I've created the brown. In fact, I should move this so it doesn't keep rubbing against my page. So we're not going to do the brown hair today because I need to obviously save that for WIP Wednesday, but I thought I would start on her skin, her eyes, and everything else, and go from there. I'm doing the skin in Luminance, not Procolour. If you're unfamiliar with Procolors, these are them right here. Excuse the camera angle, this just keeps my fat hand out of your way. So Derwent Procolour, how to explain? It's an odd pencil, that's for sure. I don't know what Derwent was thinking when they made these. They're not awful, they're just not great. They're kind of medium-ish. I don't know. When I first got them, I hated them. However, while playing around trying to find a brown hair, I have decided that these could quite possibly be my go-to for hair. They are wax, but they are a very hard lead, and they're kind of a pain in the bottom to get the pigment out. However, when it comes to hair, they do really well. They hold their point because they are such a hard lead, and they allow you to do a lot more layers because of all the work they require. So yeah, I was actually kind of impressed. I think maybe I found a use for them. I mean, I'm just gonna have to learn to make blue, yellow, green, purple, pink hair out of them. They have a great color range. So that said, I'm gonna start with her skin using some Luminance, and I'm not sure if I'll color the whole thing in Procolour. I definitely won't do the skin in Procolour because, yeah, I'm just not very comfortable with them, and looking through their color range, I just don't know if I could do it. And sometimes you gotta go with what you're comfortable with. So for sure, the Lumies on the skin. So yeah, we're starting a WIP together. I do have some fun stuff I gotta swatch later today. I bought a bunch of Jane Davenport watercolor sets. Yeah, I'm on a watercolor kick. So I got 3 of her sets and I'm going to swatch them. And I'll do some videos on those just in case you're curious. I wanted to try them out. I've always wanted to try her watercolors. They have really pretty pigments and I've seen them used, but I was just like, I don't know. But I finally took the plunge and bought 3 of them. Like I have this one right here. This is the Brights. Yeah, the Bright set. So I'm actually going to swatch that later today. Oops, if I have the time. On my new swatch charts. So I'm starting to make my own swatch charts, and I will share them in my Facebook group. They're free for you guys to use, not free to repurpose as your own. So just keep that in mind. This one is specifically made for watercolors and the like. That's why I have a large box and just 12 on here, because these Jane Davenports came in 12 counts. So that way I can swatch it and drag it out and test it out. I will be making more. I was in the process of making them, and I just decided, you know, it'd probably be less stressful. Is that hair? We're gonna call it skin. It'd be less stressful to just make them as I have new pencil sets and whatnot come around. And I will start putting those out. They're going to be blank swatch charts that you can print and then use. I'm going to make different shapes and sizes. Like I'll do everything from rectangle to square to circle because we all have our different preferences. And they're kind of fun to make actually, and just play around with some of my programs I haven't played with on my computer. So it's forcing me to learn some things. One thing though is I did notice a lot of you were requesting ones for like specific mediums. So I can do that, but you guys will have to give me some time on that. That's a lot of work to sit there and put them in color family order by pencil brand and, you know, get those out. So those you guys might have to be a little patient on. That's just a ton more time than just creating like some swatch boxes and calling it a day. But I can definitely work on those. I just can't guarantee when that would happen. Right now I'm just working on the blank ones and we'll go from there. But yeah, I will get those out. I do have my Felissimo ones too that I plan to share. I just finished my updated Felissimo review. I just need to edit it. So basically with those, it's not really an in-depth review. I'm just gonna update you on the progress every 6 months, like where I'm at, what I've experienced, yada yada, all that stuff. And then kind of just, you know, like following my journey. So my first review goes into a lot more of the details. So if you have like specific questions about pricing, the pencil count, what's involved there, you'll want to see review number 1, because number 2, like I said, I'm just updating you like, okay, so I'm 6 months in, here's what I've had, you know, what I've seen, etc. But I don't want to have to like keep rehashing the same info, especially when it's already on my primary review. I did, however, start tracking the pricing each month, and in this one I tell you the price I paid for all 7 shipments. And so you can see how they kind of fluctuate a little, because they do fluctuate. Not a lot. I think it was like, what, $3 or $4? Something like that. But still, something to note. Especially if you're on a really fixed income and $3 or $4 can really throw off a budget. And I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I'm a budget junkie. So, like, I get really angry when my budget fluctuates. By a few cents and dollars, so totally get it. Yeah, I'll get those up and the review up soon. So much to do. This weekend I was gonna stream, but I just was not feeling well. Sort of semi-stressed myself out, so I aggravated my stomach, and then like all day Saturday it just kept getting worse and worse, and I was like, I'm gonna tough it out. And then Sunday I woke up and I was just like, no way I can stream. So I just kind of had to lay in bed and overcome. I may stream this weekend. Like I said, my streams are definitely not gonna be scheduled. Like I can't say yes, every Sunday at this time I'm going to stream. I'll never be able to do that. Well, never say never, but at least not right now with my kids the age they are and just life. I just am not in that position, and I don't want to like put you guys, this is a really funky nose, sidetrack. I just don't want to like go, oh yeah, every Sunday at 11 o'clock and then not follow through, because I would hate to do that to you guys. So they will be kind of sometimes impromptu. Gosh, the other day I was like, I should just jump on and stream right now. I'm like, well, I don't know who's even alive in the middle of the day. Well, I've noticed a few other colors just pop on in the middle of the day, and there's plenty of people around, so maybe. But it's just one of those things where you like everything aligns, you know, the kids are busy, things are just slow. It's like, hey, I could totally hop on and stream right now. We'll see. I'll get into it more or easily in the fall, like once the kids are back at school. But with summer, I mean, they're always having friends over, and it's just pure pandemonium all the time. I feel like my house is just craziness. We're looking to like finish our basement because I really want the kids to have a place to go play with their friends, like toys and stuff. And but the price is just so ridiculous. It can't be done. Like my husband and I both were just looking because we were like, okay, what would it cost just to finish the living room and our gym? Because I really want to finish our little home gym we have planned. Because I mean, I work out in the living room, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it would be nice to have a private space to go, you know. Plus, like, I don't know, I feel like I would get more into the zone, if you will. Like, I don't know. I'd just think, okay, it's workout time, Corey. If I was in a gym versus my living room where I'm like, oh, the kitchen's right there. You know what? I could use a snack. I mean, there's just so many dangers. But we looked into it because we have to get electrical and everything, and it's just everything is so expensive right now. It's just ridiculous. And they're working on our yard, and we were gonna sod the back, but we had to cancel the backyard because right now we can't use our secondary water out here, so we're using our culinary, which costs a lot more. And my husband was just like, no, this is gonna be way too much money. And it's not worth it. So we had to cancel the sod for the back. We're still sodding the front though, because I need that done. Like, it looks awful, and I just need it done. And we're willing to like take the hit on cost for the front. Just, you know, so our house doesn't have like weeds and, oh, I should take a picture. It looks awful right now. But the back, we actually discussed this morning. We might actually try to just seed it, because we're already paying for the landscaper to get out there and level it and add the soil. And so this morning I told my husband, I was like, why don't we just seed it? It doesn't require as much water. We can portion it off so the dog doesn't accidentally screw up any of the seeds. So basically we put up a temporary fence, and like we seed half the yard, let that, you know, do its thing, and then once that's done, we fence off the other side and go from there. So we might be doing that, because we're already paying to have them come out and grade and add all the soil, and the sprinkler system is still installed for the back, and that would be easier than maintaining sod. So we might just do that. It'll be the longer, harder way, but then it would get us a lawn. Because I feel so bad. The kids have nowhere to go outside right now. I mean, our neighbors have the same issue. We all just have dirt. And I really want them to have somewhere to play and just like go do something. Of course, right now they can't. It's unreasonably hot. Like, Utah gets hot in the summer, but we don't get above 100 normally till July. And I don't know what's up with June, but we're already, like today it's going to be 106. And my son has his final baseball game. I laugh because it's just like, oh my gosh. One, we got to sit in it. Two, they got to play in it. My daughter had her final softball game yesterday, and it was 104. Oh my gosh, those poor girls, they were dying. My daughter actually got so sick she ended up throwing up at the game from the heat. And then she kept playing. She's like, no, I want to play. I'm like, okay. But like, I was just basically dumping water on her head, keeping her hair soaked so that like she stayed cool. They had to constantly, like, after every so often with pitches, go out and pretty much dump water on the catcher's head to cool her off. I mean, because with all that gear on, I mean, it was nuts. And yeah, I just felt so bad. Like all their little faces were bright red and they're just standing there dying. And it was her last game. But yeah, my son's is today. And I'm a little more worried about him because his age group is a lot more fast-paced. My daughter's age, they're all still learning. It's not as fast-paced of a game, you know, whereas my son's, there's constantly hits, there are fast pitches, there's tons of base runs and things to do. So they're going to be moving even more. I mean, I don't know what's worse, standing in the heat or moving in the heat, but... And then the field his team is always on has the worst afternoon sun. Like, it's literally right in their eyes, and it lines up perfectly with him on third base because he's a third baseman. So I was just like, oh, I'm going to have to drown him in water, and then I was just going to bring a cooler with little baggies of ice for him and his teammates to use and just cool off and then, you know, throw them out. But I would ask his coach to do it, but this year he has a coach that doesn't seem to really care. So I'm like, never mind, I'll just bring this. Because I don't want to see anyone get heat stroke personally. But and then we have like this little spritz bottle that has a fan and it sprays the water. So we use that on us while we're watching and then the kids while they're playing. But it will definitely be an interesting game. I came home from yesterday's from my daughter and I was like just drenched in sweat and gross and so tired because just sitting in the heat really like exhausts you. And so yeah, I was ready for bed. My youngest just completely conked out early, which she never does. Just a little ball of energy. But we were all just worn out. I mean, we came home and I told my husband, I was like, I don't want to cook anything. Like, I seriously want to eat peanut butter and jelly for dinner because it's like cold and just sounds so good right now. And he was with me. We just had PB&J, called it a day. Yeah. And my son's at his dad's house, so he'll be going home or going to his house after. So hopefully all goes well there, but we'll see how the game goes. Like I said, it's not this hot normally in Utah at this time. In July, this would be normal, but in June, it's not. I'm really afraid with our sod getting installed. Oh gosh. My husband's like, pretty much we're paying to seed our lawn because I'm pretty sure that sod's gonna die. I'm like, yeah, me too. But we got to do it because our front yard just is awful looking right now. But, and then we'll try to seed the back and see where that gets us. But, things you have to do. Homeowner and being a parent, right? I didn't get to color yesterday because by the time we got home from the game, I was trying to finish this new craft storage thing that came for my craft room. And I was just so tired, and so I never got to color. And I seriously get cranky if I don't color, like, for the day. Does anyone else get that? Just super angry and crabby. It's like my body's coping mechanism for life. And so when I don't get to color, I'm just, like, mean. I don't know. Last night I was just all sorts of cranky. I mean, the heat didn't help that either, but... still, I was extra crabby. Debating if I want her skin darker. I mean, she kind of almost has like a Native American flair to her. That is one thing I really want to practice and refine is more ethnic skin tones. That's, I mean, I'm still learning just Caucasian skin, but I really want to learn to color more ethnic skin tones because they're so beautiful gorgeous skin. Where's my brush? I had a brush somewhere. So yeah, I would really love to learn how to do that. Because there's some pictures I would love to color. I don't, I haven't quite learned that. I mean, I barely have learned this one. I'm still learning this. But with each picture, I'm finding I'm feeling better about my skills, so that's a good sign. I've been watching tutorials. I watch a lot of Karen Valentine's tutorials, and I've been watching Sammy's, Color and Chat with Sammy, her tutorials, and just her live streams, you know, because she's always coloring skin, and she makes it look so easy. Both of them do. It's like, gosh darn it, guys. But, yeah, I've been kind of watching them, picking up some color combos and just techniques. It's been pretty good so far. Sorry, I had to pause. I had a phone call and I wasn't sure if it was the doctor's office, so totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I've been watching everyone's tutorials and kind of learning and doing some color alongs. I'm just kind of getting a grasp on my skin tone skills. But I have noticed, so I've been kind of, like I said, you know, doing tutorials and stuff, and that's how I learned to color, was I did a lot of tutorials with other colorists, just kind of learned their thing, and then from there, you know, built it into my own style, because you have to do that. Like, when you watch color alongs, they're great, but eventually you gotta adapt it to your coloring style, because we're all so unique with how we color, whether we notice it or not. I mean, we all use a different pressure. My type of medium pressure isn't exactly everyone else's medium pressure, you know, so everyone is different, and so you always want to like adjust, you know, as it goes on. And so I've noticed lately I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable with my skin tones. So I'm sort of kind of going in my adapting it to my style, I guess you could say. By no means am I ready to be like, hey, here's a skin tutorial, because I'm definitely not there. But I thought I would color her skin first, because I'm trying a different color combo. I was like, you know, I'm going to color the skin first before I do her hair. That way if I hate the skin, I can reprint it. Although I gotta say, guys, I am really spoiled by this tan-toned paper. It's just making skin so easy. But I don't want to do my tutorials for hair on that, because I don't want to throw anyone off. Because I know white paper is definitely more accessible for everyone than tan-toned paper. And not everyone likes the tan-toned paper. I mean, is her skin down here, or does she have like a neck that never ends? This one's a little weird. I think I'm just gonna like, I might even just erase that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna erase from here on and just make this like a floral background, because otherwise that's just odd. So yeah, I'm trying to do more skin on the white paper, just because I know not everyone wants to buy the tan toned, not everyone likes it. Oh, but I love it so much. It makes coloring everything easier. I'm not talking just skin, like everything is easier with tan toned paper. I was coloring or finishing up a Christine Caron picture over the weekend, and even like coloring this waffle cone, you know, because you want to put highlights on stuff. And with white paper, you have to be really careful. You can't cover up where you're going to highlight. You have to leave the white space. And I color dark to light, so leaving white space is really rough for me. I just don't see highlights naturally. I see shadows. That's how my coloring style is. But with white paper, especially like with skin tone, it's like, okay, I know I need white here and here and here, and so I have to be careful. Whereas with tan toned paper, what's that? Oh, I accidentally covered it? Don't matter, because the white pencil goes right over it. Like, it's beautiful. I don't know. got no words. It's just like so friendly in so many ways. But so yeah, I've been loving it. Like, it's great for portraits and skin. I mean, with the hair, it is a little harder because your hair tone does take on a slightly different tinge. But with skin, it has helped me learn skin a lot faster than working on white, because I can actually practice highlights and figure all that out. So that's one thing I really love about it. But with these hair ones, I'm going to stick with the white paper. I will occasionally probably throw in some tan toned paper, because I do have, oh, where is it? I do have that one, oh, it's buried under stuff. I do have that one that I'm going to do from Mariola Budek. It's one of her latest ones. I'm doing that on tan toned paper because I'm going to follow Karen Valentine's skin tutorial for that one. And she used tan toned. So I definitely want to follow that. And then I'll do light pink hair on that one. So I had to print it pretty light on the tan toned. Okay, what's funny is I'm not the layering type, but I am when it comes to skin. I've kind of just accepted that you have to layer if you're gonna color skin. There's just no way around it. You can't just go in there with one layer and be like, okay, done. No, it doesn't work that way. You gotta build it up. And my biggest thing is I gotta quit being a scaredy cat of making the shadows so dark. Cause like when you do the skin first, it's freaky to look at, you know? So then you're like, oh my gosh, it's too dark. I've killed it. I've killed my picture. But then once you add the hair and all the other elements, it balances out, and then you don't feel so bad. But it's like getting over that fear. This might actually be a good picture to do for the Pride Month tag. So I could do like this little, what is this, cockatiel? Some sort of bird. I could do that all rainbow. And the flowers and like all her jewelry. That'd actually be kind of fun. So I'll think about that. I have another picture also from Johanna Basford's latest book. It's just I haven't started it yet. I've noticed this month I'm really leaning towards more portraits and having a blast with them. All weekend I couldn't find my mojo, my coloring mojo. I just wanted to do portraits, so I did. I just kept with the portraits. It's like, well, if this is what I want to color. Like, I finished this one this weekend, the purple hair. I do have the tutorial on my channel. These are done, or the purple hair is done with Color Soft. The skin is actually Prismacolor. I was trying Prismacolor skin, and we'll see. The tattoo is Prismacolor also, but the rest, like all the flowers and stuff, I did actually use, and her dress. I used my Color Soft pencils because I thought, you know, I should probably use those more. So I did use the Color Soft for the rest of those, but for her hair, I went through quite a bit of pencil. I'm not gonna lie, my pencil went pretty far down, and that's just because they're very crumbly, the Color Soft, but not like Prisma crumbly. It's like a whole different beast of crumbly pencils. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. They just, I mean, sometimes they just straight up like snapped and fell out. And I'm like, well, all right. So I had lots of sharpening going on. But I mean, the purple hair is done. And now if you look at my Color Softs, they look extra loved and used because some of them are almost all the way gone. I don't know if I'll replace them with open stock or not. Just because I don't use them that often, and I honestly don't think I would use them that much more outside of the hair tutorial requests that I have. So We'll see though, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't used these Procolours in forever. And then as I was testing out the hair for this tutorial, I was just like, oh my gosh, these are like the dreamiest pencil for hair. So it's amazing if you use a pencil that you haven't used in a long time. You find like a use for it, you know? Like, so maybe Procolour isn't good for just everyday coloring or even like a lot of portrait work, but when it comes to like the skin on the, or the hair on the portraits, my Procolour could be like what I need to use. So it's kind of, that's why you got to break out pencils that you buy that just sit there and find uses for them. They don't always work on the same paper. I think it was Emma Colors 2020. I swear she just did a video about what pencils work on what paper, like, and she names like specific books. Pretty sure it was Emma's channel. I recall watching it and I'm like, who is that again? But yeah, she went over, because it's true, not all pencils work as well on the same paper. Like I have that Tomislav Tomic one I was doing with Black Widows. I actually got incredibly frustrated with my Black Widows on that paper. And so it's kind of on hold at the moment. I tossed it in my WIP pile and I don't even feel guilty about it. I'm like, yeah, you're just gonna sit there for a minute while I decide what to do with you. But yeah, we'll see how the Black Widows go, because I think I have 2 hair tutorials this month with Black Widows, a red and a pink. I got lots of Black Widows to use, but maybe they'll be like my hair pencil, you know, kind of like I'm saying with these Procolours. I don't see myself using these Procolours for much else, but when I was working on the hair, I was incredibly impressed with them. Like, they actually shocked me. It's like, oh my gosh, you poor things, you've sat in the tin this long. Keep meaning to do more pan pastel skin, but I've just been on a kick where I really want to refine my pencil work, so my pan pastels have not been getting love. And I did get this, my storage caddy thing finally came, and I assembled it. It's cool, it's like a turntable. It just turns and has like all your craft supplies there. It's pretty nifty, actually. But my craft room now looks so freaking cramped. Oh my gosh, it's like chaos in here. And I gotta find a way to like declutter it a little, because this is the room you see right when you walk in my house. And so I'm like, what can I move so it's not like a big old eyesore? But I own too much stuff, and half of it is still in my basement. But now that I have that storage thing put together, which I finished this morning, I should be able to get some of the stuff out of my basement. Like all my washi tapes, I really need to get those out because I'm doing more watercolor, and I want to be able to like partition off the pages with my washi tape. And the other day I could have really used that washi tape, and I was like, where is it? Oh right, it's in the basement. She doesn't have much color to her cheeks yet, but I like to save the makeup and such for later, just because it kind of depends on the direction I take. But I do think I could do the rainbow stuff with this one, and it would look really pretty. Oh, and as always, if you have more hair ones that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments below. I have a running list. It's really up there, but honestly, don't worry if you accidentally duplicate anyone. That makes them go higher up on my list to work on. See, I think her skin is not too shabby. There we go, so you can see the actual shadows. The light coming off my window over there washes her out, but if you actually hold it that way, then you can see it. Maybe we'll color her eyes. Then that begs the question, am I gonna do this in Procolours or am I gonna do this thing in different pencils? Let's grab my swatches and see. Okay, so the Procolours. Turn it that way so you guys can see. As you can see, there's actually a really pretty range of colors. Like I said, they're just hard to get the color out. I don't know how to describe it. However, the Caran d'Ache Full Colorless Blender is your best friend with a Procolour. Instead of layering 500 million times and killing your hand, just slap that thing on there. But let's do, you know, I rarely do brown eyes, and she's gonna have brown hair. Maybe I will do some brown eyes. Okay, so I think I already have chocolate out. Copper Beach, do I have that one out already? I do. And then, oh, okay, well, all the colors I want for her eyes are, ooh, I might want that burnt yellow ochre though. That one I don't have out. Let's see if I can get it out. Burnt yellow ochre. Okay, because I think that one, yeah, that will be good. Okay. So let's get her eyes going. Oh, there is no eye there. So let's get her eye going, I guess is the proper way. What was that one? I was gonna do Copper Beach or Venetian. I think I'll do Venetian. And then let's grab my chocolate, and then I like to go in and add the little lines. It's really hard to do on this one. Okay, and then I need my Copper Beach. I like to go in and add tiny little lines. If you've ever looked at your eye in the mirror, you'll notice that your eye color, you know, you have your base color, but then there's like little lines of pigment. Okay, so let's get these back in order. So chocolate, Copper Beach, Venetian Red. I don't want to add too much of the yellow brown because I don't want her to look like she's got jaundice. Let me find my black. My black needs a sharpen. All right. I'm not going to do her lashes yet because I haven't quite decided if I'll be adding more makeup and whatnot, so I'm leaving her lashes alone. Outline those. Let's see, do they have a warmish gray color? Ooh, felt gray. That actually might be perfect. Where is that one? I'm gonna have to sharpen that one too. Yeah, the whites of the eyes, I always do in like a warm gray color. I used to do them in cream, but I didn't like the way that turned out. It didn't always look right. Let's take my blush color here. Yeah, I'll do her eyelashes once I've decided that her skin is done. Let's see, what else can we work on while we wait? We could technically do her teeth. So let's find champagne. I think I already have that out, actually. I do. Champagne and white. I'll have to admit, this is one of the first portraits I've seen with teeth all up in there. Now, if this was on the tan toned paper, I would just be going in there with my white and make her look like she just went to the dentist and got a nice bleaching treatment. But in this case, I'm gonna add a little bit of this champagne, which is kind of like an ivory-ish color. I'm gonna go over it with the white. Could do her lips, but I want to wait on those just in case. Yeah, let's try the Procolour on some of these. Okay, so if I were gonna do leaves first. Okay. So they don't have a very good light green. That is one thing that is for freaking sure. The cedar green. Where's that? Okay, so we got cedar green. Let's try foliage. Sorry, totally bumped my thing. And let's try, we can try the light moss. Might even be able to add some yellow in there, actually. Let's see what yellows. Ooh. Yeah, this primrose yellow might work really well. Sorry, sharpening. My doll is having an issue. It's no longer giving me a good point. The other day, I thought something was stuck in it, and there was, so I got it out because it wasn't sharpening like at all. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I've cleaned it out and it was sharpening fine for like a few pencils, and then it keeps stopping short. And I have the setting all the way back, so I don't know if like something broke. Let's see, where's my primrose? I did get that AFMAT electric one, which I'm absolutely loving. It doesn't chew up your pencils. Like normally I've always avoided those because I'm like, oh, I don't want it to chew up my expensive pencils, but it really doesn't. I hope if I grab the right color. So, I don't know. But I didn't want to plug it, or it's in my room right now because that's where I've been coloring, but I didn't want to drag it all the way over here and then all you guys hear on camera is so I was like, wait on that. I'm gonna try and make these brighter. That way if I do rainbow flowers and a cockatiel or whatever the heck that bird is over there, they all stand out. But see, these are just very hard pencils. The pigment just does not want to come out of them sometimes, and it's uber frustrating. I tried to color with them a long time ago. I was just like, oh, okay, I give up. I don't know what the plan was with these Derwent. It's just a odd duck of a pencil, but like I said, for hair, oh man, these are amazing. Like I was playing around with different browns and I came to that one in the end. Let's try this. What is this again? White moss. And it just looked so pretty. I don't know if I like this light moss. Maybe. We'll see. It would be fun to do all these flowers in like rainbow colors and her jewelry. Although they don't have a ton of good grays, so making silver jewelry would be rough. In fact, they have like no grays. 1, 2, that's just a warm gray. It's 2. So I'll have to definitely supplement with a different one. Although these are both cool and I could use them for metal, but I don't know if I would get the same depth that I want to get. So I'd probably still have to break out a different brand for that at least. But see, like even when you try to press these down over, they just are so hard. I don't know why. It's a weird pencil. Not awful, just weird. If you guys have Procolours, let me know your thoughts on the Procolour. If you kind of have the same problem. If you've got any nifty solutions to making the Procolour better to use. They're not that expensive anymore. So it's not like it would kill my budget to buy open stock when I need it. It's just a matter of all the effort that it requires to get your pigment out. I mean, see, that leaf looks cute, but had I done this with Prisma, I could totally like smush in a lighter color and make that highlight really pop. Whereas these pencils, I'm just trying to add some of this yellow and see if that helps. They don't really give you that range and ability. It's kind of like there or it's not. And you honestly should, with this brand of pencil, move your way from light to dark. You know, start with your highlight and then layer on top. But that's just not how I roll. Yeah, see all that, and it's still kind of Let's see. See if I can't get that on there. Get pop a little more. But they do hold their point. Like, I mean, look at this thing. It's not flattening at all. I wouldn't recommend these, though, if you, like, have hand troubles, that's for sure, because it either will require a lot of layers or a lot of heavy pressure, and either of those are not a fun answer. Try to do this whole thing in Procolours just because then I can say I have crashed my stash. I'm pretty sure that's a tag somewhere. I'm almost positive someone has a tag for crash your stash, like to start using supplies that you never use. I just can't remember who it is that has it, but I swear I saw it in January and I thought, what a great tag, because I own these pencils and I never use them. I'm trying to recall who that is. Color this last leaf and then probably call it a day. It's kind of short, but it's because I'm waiting for a call from the endoscopy center for my endoscopy appointment, which is next week, next Tuesday. And then I have to get a COVID test 5 days before. I'm like, are you guys gonna call and schedule that, or am I supposed to just do this on my own? Like, it's a different center than I normally go to, and this one, they're not very communicative about like what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm kind of at a loss here. It's like, okay, am I supposed to go to a COVID center and get tested? But then I thought you needed like a referral, or you had to be showing symptoms. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But yes, next week I will be getting my scope. I'll probably pre-record my WIP Wednesday a little early because I don't know how it'll go. I'm allergic to propofol, so I am pretty much useless the day of a scope. I can't even think straight or keep my eyes open with the stuff that they have to use instead of the propofol. So I will be most definitely MIA that day. My husband's already ready for it. I'm like, dude, just plan on, like, you'll come talk to me. I probably won't even make sense. And yeah. And I'm gonna try and not watch people's YouTubes that day because then I'll want to comment. And I'm pretty sure my comments will not, well, they'll sound like a person who's completely bombed out of their mind. That's how they'll sound. All right, so yeah, I guess I'll keep trying with these Procolours because I've already gotten this far. I've got to do all these leaves. But yeah, I think this would be a fun one to do in the rainbow, and then maybe I'll get some distress ink and kind of fill in back here with just some green. That'd actually be pretty good because, like I said, it's just like her neck just keeps going and doesn't stop. I mean, I'm assuming this bird is on her shoulder, but there's no shoulder drawn. So I'm just gonna pretend that she stops here, and I don't know, we'll see, but I'll keep playing around with it and see where it goes. Either way, this will be a fun one. Like I said, definitely keep an eye out. I will be doing the hair tutorial. Look at that brown. Isn't that luscious? Oh my goodness. Love it. I might even add some black to it. You know, while we're here, let's just break out the black and test it. Then we'll know whether or not we should. I mean, it's already very pretty without it. Yeah, see, look at these, how they layer on top of one another and with their point just staying sharp. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is definitely a pencil I will do more hair color in if anyone wants some. I don't have a ton of Procolour requests, so if you want to see more Procolour colors, that was a lot to say, please in the comments below say something, because I would love to know. Because look at that, they're just so easy. Oh, I do like that black. Yeah, I think I might add that black in some of the shadow areas. So I'm going to keep that in my little tray. Yeah, I am going to be doing this color very soon. And because I know a few of you were bummed about the not having a full length, it will be a full length hair one for this one. And that's just because there's not a ton of hair, whereas the romantic ones and all those hair series, it was just straight up a page of hair. Losing my sanity. So I will be doing this one full length. So if you want to get this picture, I will leave in a link in the description below. It's one of my favorite artists, Kundink's art. They're on Etsy. Her work is gorgeous, and they are so sweet. I had posted my Steampunk Anna picture not too long ago and got so many nice compliments from her. I was just like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So a very, very nice artist on top of very talented. I just love her work. I have quite a few that I need to color in. I need to quit buying these and color these things. So freaking Christine came out with 3 more since I bought the ice cream girl one. I'm like, gosh darn it. And I bought them because I have no impulse control. I've got problems, I admit. So yeah, keep an eye out for the hair. I will probably start the hair this week. I don't know if it'll be done this week. Like I said, hair, like I can imagine with this hair and 7 colors, it's probably going to be an easy like 3 or 4 hours to color her hair in full. I will be speeding that up. I will do the usual short intro and then kind of speed it up as we go along, so that we're not actually sitting there for 3 hours. But always remember, if I ever speed up a tutorial, you can slow it down on the playback. There's a playback option on YouTube. It's like a little cog wheel. You click that and you can actually slow down the replay. So then you can do it slow alongside me. It's just, otherwise it's a 3-hour video. And I don't want to intimidate anyone when they see 3 hours on there. It's less intimidating when it says an hour. And even then, some people are like, oh my gosh, an hour? So yeah, let me know. I have requested a few comments. So just as always, leave a comment below if you have a question for me to answer next week on Next Week Wednesday. And then, of course, let me know if you would like to see other hair colors from Procolour, because I don't have a ton of requests. But also, if there's just a hair color you would like to request, give me the hair color and the pencil brand. I am going to take Prismacolor requests. I had a few of you say that you would really like to see them. The technique for using Prismacolors is a little different than how I do with these harder pencils, so I'll show you guys that so you can add that. And then if you have Procolours, let me know your thoughts and if you find them such a pain in the butt to get your color out with. But I mean, the leaves are still looking pretty, I think, but they're just kind of, it's not the same. And then yeah, I might keep working on her skin, but thanks guys for hanging out with me. This was a little shorter than usual. Like I said, I've been trying to get a bunch of stuff ready, and then I want to really hop on this brown hair and swatch these Jane Davenports that I bought a whole bunch of. Look at these super cute cases. Look at these things. So lots of videos to do, and yeah, and I am trying a new angle just so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing without my hand in the way. So I'm hoping this is a good angle for everyone. But yeah, lots of things to just throw in there. So thanks guys for watching, and until next time, take care.